Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today this video is about my makeup schedule again. So this is my makeup schedule look for the month of February, and if you haven't seen my makeup schedule idea list, then I will link that for you at the end of this video. But in February the colours were going to be red and pink. So I've already done this video, and let's just say that it didn't go so well and I couldn't edit it the way I needed to. So we're here doing it again, and I've decided to do something different this time. The first look I did was quite bold. Today I'm going with something a little bit more subtle because I've recently done a Primark haul, which is coming very soon, and I'm being a little bit naughty because I'm opening this before I've done the haul video. So I picked up this when I went into Primark, and you know me, I absolutely love Primark. I love their eyeshadows, they are just amazing. They work very, very well for me. They might not for you, and they might not be your cup of tea, but I absolutely love them. So this is the Cool Suede eyeshadow palette, and it was £8. And when you open it up, it looks just like this. So as you can see, it's a lot of cool tone shades, and I really liked it. So what I decided to go with in the end was a very subtle pale pink look, which is not something I usually do. So that's the whole idea of this. I don't often do pink. So yeah, I don't often do pink because pink lip doesn't suit me. I suppose I could wear a nude lip with it, but I like to kind of match things up as best I can, and if I'm not keen on the colour being the same on my lip as my eye, then I will go with a nude, but I like to match it all up. So I'm going to create a look with this palette. I will pull you into my dressing table so you're looking into that great big white mirror and watching me create a look. Then I'll come back and sit in front of the camera like this again and just show you a bit closer and see what you think of how I got on. So before we get stuck in, I just want to point out a couple of things. First off, I'm not a makeup artist, nor am I intending to tell you what you should and shouldn't like or how to do something. I'm just having fun and sharing things with you guys and people that interact with me, that enjoy watching me tit around with makeup a little bit, I suppose. At the same time, I have a lot of fun of doing it, so why the heck not? And before anybody in the comments section mentions any of these issues, I'm going to run through them really quickly. So first off, I'm having a bad brow day. You will have heard the saying bad hair day, I'm sure. I'm having a bad brow day. I just couldn't get it to work, and I wasn't going to take my makeup back off and start all over again, so we're just going to roll with it. Secondly, I've got white hairs and roots. My B12 injection is due next week, and unfortunately I haven't been well enough to dye my hair, so we're just having to deal with that too. My arms aren't strong enough to deal with the pain of getting through dyeing my hair until I've had my injection done. I have a B12 deficiency, which means that I become weak sort of midway between having my previous injection and the next one. I go downhill with my health, I become weaker and more lethargic, and that goes on top of having chronic fatigue syndrome, so I can become very, very unwell and bedbound. And the best I do towards the end is sitting in front of this camera. Getting dressed to sit here like this is hard work, you know. For some it comes quite easy, others it's not so, and unfortunately I am one of them people. But this has changed my life and given me a way to talk to people and communicate and socialise, because I wouldn't get that otherwise. So I find YouTube an incredible platform. The last thing I want to point out is my foundation. I do know that it doesn't match. It is a dreadful match. In fact, what I did recently was I tipped all of my samples of foundation into a pot and put some lightning drops in and then ran out. So as you can see, I've blended it into my neck, but it doesn't go. But what I've decided to do is keep this foundation and use it throughout some makeup challenges. So if you pull my jumper up a little bit, you might not pay attention to it. So yeah, I thought I'd be crafty and try and get away with it, but do you know what? Not going to, because it's that much darker, so couldn't get away with just kind of covering it up. No, I thought I'd kind of address it before anyone says, your foundation is a really bad match. Yeah, it is intentional, so yeah, I've been faffing around with things and that's what I came up with before I ran out of lightning drops. And yeah, we're going to keep it for these style videos, because what does it matter, we're just playing anyway. I'm not too fussed going along for a school run if I have to as well, so no problemo. That wasn't the last thing, guys. You know me with my memory. Thankfully, I've remembered before it's too late. So, the one thing that's going to stick out like a sore thumb, and you're all going to notice, is my fingers. So, give me a winky emoji down below if you remember the fingernail issue with hair dye back on the family channel before I started this channel. I would be intrigued to see how many of you remember that situation. So, if you don't know about that and you are new to my channel, then back on my family channel, before I started this channel on my own, I dyed my daughter's hair, months ago, black. She wanted her hair black. I dyed it, I finished it, I came to taking the gloves off, and there was a split in one of the fingers. So I had a black finger and a black nail, and try as I might get rid of it, I tried all sorts of things. Even some of you guys made some suggestions on how to get rid of the black hair dye. It faded on the skin and went, but the fingernail, it didn't, and I had to grow it out, and it took weeks. I'm not kidding you, absolute weeks. So guess what I've just done, guys? Yes, I've done it again. No, the glove didn't split this time, so I'm absolutely baffled. But one thing I can take from that experience is put elastic bands around the gloves, or find another way. If you've got any suggestions, please help me out. Somehow the dye got into the gloves. Not just one, but two. On one, I got some dye in here somewhere, and that's now gone. But as you can see, I have two black fingernails, and I could paint them black because I absolutely love black nail polish, but throughout the videos you're going to notice somewhere along the line, so I thought to start off with, we're not going to cover it up. I'm going to talk about it before we go any further. And I suppose the other thing while we're there, if I'm going to show you a close-up of my hands, some of you may be worried about this here. Some of you may know I've got mental health issues, and I just want to assure you that this was an accident. Just in case anybody was going to notice and ask, this is a nasty burn. I have very weak arms, as I've just pointed out. I have chronic illnesses, and a short while back I decided that I'd give cooking a go again, because I like to keep independent and I don't like my health to take over. I do like to give things a go now and again, even though I know the implications. I had somebody there with me, and lifting a tray out of the oven, I'm sure most of you could bloody stick your little finger underneath it to get it out and it wouldn't be a problem. But for me, I found a tray of chips too heavy, and as I was taking the tray out, I caught myself on the element, and unfortunately that's not because I picked a scab off. It's actually because I've damaged some nerves, and I actually thought that if I left the scab alone, because I've got an issue with picking at things, I thought if I'd left it alone that it would actually heal and go away, and this happened at the beginning of November. So as you can see, it's going nowhere, so I am left with a scar. So I thought perhaps it might be time to explain that in case anybody was worried. But yeah, that was an accident, and I'm not cooking. Not right now, because I'm only going to end up with more burns like that, and it really did hurt, so it ain't worth it. If somebody can do it for you and you've got those sorts of issues, then don't attempt it. It's dangerous. I mean, it could have been a lot worse than that. So trouble is you know you're going to put yourself at risk, but then if you don't give it a try, then you're never going to be able to do it. So it's a difficult situation to be put in. So, after all that waffling, we need to get on with this. So I'm going to pull you in and we're going to get started. Just before we do that, I just want to point out I have actually put my base makeup on, including my face palette that I'm using in my project. And there's going to be an update very soon, guys. If not already, depending on which order these videos go up. So I haven't actually opened this yet, so I've got to try and get the packaging open. Seems very dark today. Right, okay, so they have all got names on them, but that's on the inner, so I'm going to do my best to tell you what it is I'm using. I'm going to start out by using this colour here, which is called Swish, just to set my eyelids. Next up, I'm going to take this light pink shade here called Pink Freeze and put that in my crease. Next up, I'm going to use this darker pinky colour called Shimmer Sweet, and I'm going to put that on my outer corner and up into my crease. Next up, I'm just going to lightly blend that. Next up, I'm going to take this rose gold shimmer here called Sheikah, and I'm going to press that onto my lids. It's not going very well with my brush, so I'm just going to use my finger. Next up, I'm going to run this darker pink on my lower lash line. Just lightly with a smudger brush. I've just taken it halfway along. Now I'm just going to pop some of this colour here called Sugar Walls on my inner corners. So guys, that's the look complete. What I'm going to do now off camera is just put some black mascara and black kohl eyeliner on, and then I'm going to come and sit in front of you and show you how I got on. So guys, that's me finished. I popped on the mascara and eyeliner like I said I would. I also found my heart stamp when I was getting my eyeliner out, so I thought I'd just pop that on because it's such a subtle look. I thought it might give it just a little bit of something. I'm not sure where this come from. I think it came out of an advent calendar. It is the Rimmel Ink Me stamp tattoo, and it's just a heart stamp, and I just did it on the one side, as you can see. I just thought it might add to the look a little bit, but yeah, so we stuck with the really subtle look. I suppose not everybody wants a really bold look for Valentine's Day. You might be just stopping indoors to watch a movie or have a takeaway, or perhaps prep a dinner together, like a 3-course dinner. You might be in the kitchen making together something like that, and a subtle look might be just what you need. And yeah, Primark's good enough. So I'm going to come in close and show you how I got on. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to know what you're planning to do for Valentine's Day. If you're going to be wearing some subtle makeup just like I'm wearing today, or if you're going to go for a more bold look, which is what I did originally, but I decided not everybody wants bold. So I thought I'd go with something subtle this time. So let's take a closer look, guys. So what did you guys think? Did you like my February makeup schedule look? I hope you did. Please do give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on that notification bell if you want to know every time I upload a video, so you don't miss a single video. So guys, until next time, I hope you're having a great day and take care of yourselves. See you all again soon. Goodbye.